Vinny. We're gonna just maximize it. So,
Ah,
welcome back, Alchemist. This is Bonus Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinny Smile Chopra, who's on a walk today. Vinny, you're in a new location. I
yes.
don't recognize it.
This is a different location nearby my neighborhood. And I thought, let's come out. It's such a beautiful day today. So, no, I'm right here, brother. Yeah, very excited.
So today's principle we're diving into is Wealth Principle 45. Invest in assets that increase time, energy, or income streams. Vinny, well, you seem to know about all of those things. Uh, by the way, happy birthday. It is
Oh, thank you.
73 years young.
73, I feel like I'm 37, brother. Reverse. I've been saying everybody yesterday, hey, I'm 1 year younger, 1 year younger. You got to say that to your subconscious because if you say that, I'm telling you, it does wonders for us. Don't say, oh my gosh, I'm 73 now. No, 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 no. You say, I'm less. I'm only 49 or I'm only 59, whatever it takes. But the key thing is to hack it. It's called hacking the subconscious so that your body starts believing and then your energy starts flowing. It's mind-boggling
Would
how
you
it
say
can
you
help.
you feel more energy when you say that?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I believe in that because action cures fear. And by telling your subconscious doesn't know good from the bad, by the way. Subconscious is a movie camera that keeps on taking film of everything happening in our life, but they don't know good from the bad. So by hacking it, by just telling your subconscious, hey, I'm younger, everything what I just mentioned, and believe in that, then you will see your energy getting better and positivity flowing and all that stuff.
I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, we do this every Thursday at 9 a.m. PST or 12 p.m. EST, unless Vinny or myself are traveling, in which case we do our
Yeah,
best to show up,
yeah.
but life comes first. So there's a couple of principles that tie into this main principle. The first being time is the ultimate asset. Rich people understand this, high net worth individuals understand this, but I would notice when people are younger, they don't realize the value of time. They'll spend their time doing their own oil changes. Myself, I used to do my own oil changes, change my own brakes. And as I got a little bit older, I realized I could pay somebody else to do that. But then I was doing things like cutting the grass. And it wasn't until I was 25 years old that I realized I should pay somebody else to cut the grass, even after I had multiple lawns. Vinny,
Yes.
when did you start realizing that time was such a valuable asset?
Oh my God, you just brought back the memories, brother. My $700 Mustang. No, Mustang? No, no, no. I didn't buy that. Maverick. And I used to buy 3.95, $3.95 oil, and then change it myself with the hydraulic. You know how it was to lift it up and everything. Anyway, those days they were there, and I needed to do it. Didn't have money. But then we went to 1995 oil changers, where you just take the car in and so forth. So I would say Alan Lankin's book really helped a lot, how to control your time and control your life. That I picked up about 35, 40 years back, to be truthful. I still remember it. I have a copy in my office. The thing is, what's the most important thing I should be doing right now? So it's a utilization of time, what you will be gaining from it. Activities take time, every kind of thing. When we get up in the morning, brushing this, that, all, everything, right? Then driving time is, again, we can listen to tapes and this, that. So just making sure that we are using time to the hill. People tell me, they say, Vinny, I'm using my time wisely. I am. I'm just so focused and everything. But you know what? No. Focused in what? What activities? 80/20 rule is so important in time usage. What we are doing in the 80% of the time, we are going to get 20% of the result. But the key thing is other way around also. If you're using 20% of your time in the most important activities, you'll get 80% of the result.
So,
So,
ladies and gentlemen, let me explain this to you. Vinny just high leveled us on how he leverages his time, but I want to share something for you that I heard from Grant Cardone and Vinny. I would like to find your opinion on this. I remember you had 185 property managers. Is that accurate?
yes, yes. No, we had
So,
164 total. people, total team members, right?
Okay,
168 or something,
164. Okay.
68 or something, 168. Yeah. And then the thing was, it was HR department, accounting, 5 people full time. And then we had asset managers, regional managers. So property managers, community managers were depending on the properties. Like I had 40 properties or 37 at the peak or something. So 37 asset managers, some larger properties had assistant community managers, then leasing agents and all. Sorry, and
Here's
then
where I'm going with
HVAC.
this.
Yeah,
So,
tell
so
me.
the person listening may be saying, "Well, why is Walter asking how many staff Vinny had?" Vinny, you
Yeah.
only have 24 hours in a day. Is that true?
Yes. 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 Yes.
You only have 24 hours in a day, but let's say you had 164 people times 8 hours. They're working 8 hours a day. That is
Hmm.
1,312 hours that Vinny Chopra is accomplishing tasks
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
single day.
Yeah.
That is a lot of hours that you're
It
accomplishing tasks. In
is.
fact, that's 165 days that you've worked in a single day
In a
because
single
every
day.
single person, even if they're not working as many hours as you have 24 hours in a day. So maybe you're
Yeah.
not working 24 hours yourself, but your
Yes.
staff was. You had people overnights, you had people starting in the morning, you had people midday, you had people at night. So you had 130, 1,312
168.
hours
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
of work
Right.
being accomplished at a daily level. So time is valuable. And I think that when we start off, we hear this when we come into real estate, OPM, OPM, other people's money, other people's money, other
Yes.
people's money. But I know that as you start developing, you start saying other people's time, which is why you start hiring these staff. I want to slide to the next one, creating streams, not buckets. Everybody's trying to make big swings of money, big chunks of money, but you focused on the micro. You focused on the small stuff, adding the next unit, adding the next unit, adding the next unit. You didn't tell me you had 300 buildings. You had 30 to 40
Oh,
buildings.
that's it. That's it.
And yet
Yeah.
you were getting a lot of streams from these 30 to 40 buildings. How many units did
Yeah.
you have at your peak in
I think
multifamily?
7,500, 7,600, something like that around there. Right. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's almost 8,000 doors
Yeah.
across
Yeah.
less than 40 buildings.
Yes, 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 yes. So they were high numbers. Of course, it was lower numbers in starting. Then we started getting into 150s, 200s, 250s, 300s, all that, right? I think my peak was 367 in one unit, one apartment, right? One complex. But the key thing I find, what you're saying is, it's not the team members you have, it's how motivated they are in using their time wisely. See, that's the biggest part. In organizations, the breakdown is not, where it needs to be. The breakdown is where you want to really motivate your team members to use the Prado principle. We are talking about 2080, because 20% of their efforts will bring 80% of the results in leasing office, in a manager's office, in HVAC, maintenance person's office, let's say, right? All those things. So how well they are trained, how well they have caught the vision where you want to go, and then bonuses. I used to give bonuses, I've mentioned many times, like in June, and also performance-based bonus, and then in end of November, because for the holiday season,
So
nothing
you're
about.
you're talking about investing in training. That's
Yes,
I'm breaking
yes,
this down because this principle is about how do we get more time? How do we get more money? How do we
yeah,
get more energy? You're
yes,
looking at investing in the training of your people as a way to get your time back, to create more
yes,
capital, to get more efficiencies, to get
yeah,
less stress in your life because now they don't need to ask you questions if they're better trained.
totally.
There's a line here you put in protect and multiply your energy. Obviously training is important. That can be done by other people. If you bring in the right people, you can have them trained. If you are acquiring investments that have streams of income versus just like I know a lot of people do these flips. They do big flips, but you
Yes.
focus on things that create income. Yes, you may sell them for something bigger, but you always bought things that created income, which gave you more staff, which then you train well, which then creates more time for you. What do you do to protect your energy?
See, the thing is, I'm so glad you talked about income streams. See, lots of time, syndicators or fund managers, they are doing it just because they want to just propel. They want to make sure that the investors' money is utilized and they're chopping at the bit. You got to look at the cash flow. Cash flow is king. The reason I started buying 3 years back was there was no cash flow in the game. There was no cash flow. And you cannot make wrong decisions for people because you definitely want to look at your assumptions. We talk about that, right? Assumptions to be very, very secure, under conservative is the word, right? So that you are able to look at not the cap rate, not anything, but cash flow. Yeah, that's so important. So by using your business plan, which we talk about all the time, you got to put your business plan into play so that the streams of cash flow keep on coming quarter after quarter after quarter. Yeah.
It's an impressive strategy that you've built. So your energy, we talked about it right at the beginning. You just tell yourself you're younger every year. That's a great way to increase and protect your energy. What are things you've had to do? I know that sometimes my energy, and this is not to blame anybody but myself, but sometimes my energy goes down if I'm around the wrong people. Sometimes my energy goes up if I'm around the right people. Sometimes my energy goes down if I think the wrong thoughts. Vinny, if
Mhm.
I have a dirty, messy area in my house, sometimes that has an impact on my emotional energy. And it's embarrassing. I've let things like that stay there for days or weeks because I'm like, oh, I'll get to it on the weekend. And the weekend
Yeah.
comes and I forget. And I've noticed those things actually have an impact on my energy. When I clean up my space, suddenly my energy goes up. What are some energy multipliers tools that you use to increase your energy, including the telling yourself you're younger every year, telling yourself you're getting healthier every year?
I would say definitely, meditation is big, really big in my chanting in the morning, just to kind of realign myself, to get my focus back in. And also taking some small, periodic moment, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes during the day. You got to have some time to rethink and regroup because if you're not giving your best in every presentation, in every meeting, whether it's a lawyer or attorney or lender or investor, you want to prepare well so that you can deliver what they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. So it's slowing down to speed up. I always say that also. You got to slow down. Like if something is not right, take time to make it right. Like the one, I'm also very meticulous, in the cleanliness and everything and office and all that. But we just running at such a fast speed. We just need to slow down.
I
By
would say
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is the number one challenge I've run into in the now a lot of my friends are not their net worth's not over 40 or 50 million. A lot of my friends are their net worth's around 5 million, 10 million, 15 million. I have a handful of friends who are in the 200, 100 million range, but
yeah,
most all of them are very focused on their energy. Of all the things, they've gotten so good at their time. They've gotten so good at their investments. They've gotten so good at their efficiencies, but they find that their leverage is actually their energy. I see them traveling on trips to get their energy right. I see them doing like you do meditation, you're chanting
yeah,
every single morning, you do your savers every single morning.
yeah.
This is where I see, and they're doing group events to get their mindset right. Now, I've never been one of those guys, Vinny. This is my fault and my mistake, right?
Mm.
I even used to laugh at Tony Robbins, and I used to laugh at these types of events where got men's events to get together and be real alphas and men. And I used to laugh at it, like, oh, this is silly. But this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. They're seeking out places to get peace in their mind so they can handle all the pressure and the stress. So I think that if I said to a few of my high net worth people and I said, hey guys, would you like to go and do yoga with Vinny on a mountain, maybe in Utah? We fly out there for a few days. We do some hiking with Vinny. Is that something you would like to do? I almost think they'd rather that than spend, a week on a webinar. Is that something you've seen too, that people just like to talk when they're around you and it makes them feel more at peace or
This
nature?
is very, very exciting what you just mentioned. Actually, I was a member of Go Abundance. It's a great club, Go Abundance. And I attended, and we were having fun all day long. And our meeting started at 4 o'clock in the evening, 4 to 7, 3 hours. We were able to accomplish so much. It was amazing, speedboat. I still remember in Colorado and going on snowmobiles and all. It was fantastic. So I think recreation is such a big part of our mind to take rest and be at ease and be ready to absorb. And you absorb. See, in every webinar or every training, it's not what's taught. I always say, what are we taking? Three things. Always I say that, the books we read, what are two or three things that I can implement so that I can make myself better, companies better, decision making better, all those things, right? So we got to really put it down on paper, what we learned, and then follow it. That's where it breaks down. It breaks down in the following.
Go abundance. So funny you mentioned that. I have a meeting with a gentleman I got to jump to, but it is.
Yes, yes.
I met a gentleman this week in Massachusetts. He's a part of Go Abundance. He has 400 apartments. He started investing 5 years ago, and he's just really just exploding. He's doing it all in Massachusetts.
Wow, wow.
And he said Go Abundance was a big part of his life. And I keep being told I should join the Go Abundance community. So I keep saying, hey guys, like that's not my thing. I just grind. I just buy real estate. I just help people make their money.
Yeah. Yes.
Buy houses. But it is something, and I think being a dad with a young child, I have this unfair advantage of every
Yes.
day I'm having fun, I'm playing, and
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah.
blast.
Yep.
You remember what it's like having little kids.
Totally.
It's
Yep.
very
Yeah.
exciting. So
Yeah.
uh, Vinny, if you've got your courses coming out, I know you've got your trainings that you're doing.
Yeah.
So for somebody who wants to learn more about Vinny Chopra, what he's doing, he's going to be at the summit this year. He'll be at the 100 Millionaire Summit. So
Yes.
I'm calling it, Vinny, the Thursday night. I'm no longer calling it networking. I'm calling it networking with Vinny Chopra on
I
Thursday
love it.
night.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So
Thank
we're
you.
gonna be getting together at the summit.
Yes.
That's October 23rd is networking with
Yep.
Vinny that night. But if you want to learn more about Vinny's courses, Vinny's trainings, go to vinnychopra.com. If you want to learn about Vinny's deals that he's still doing deals. He's 93 years young and he's still
Yes.
operating. He's doing hotels. He's doing senior assisted livings. He's doing residential assisted livings. He's still selling his multifamilies. So if you want to get into some of Vinny's deals or learn more about him, go to vinnychopra.com. Or you can also go to vinnychopra.com/events and you can learn about Vinny's trainings. He has two trainings that are very unique that nobody else is doing anything like this. He does it on Eventbrite. So we do this Abundance Thursdays. I want you to like, share, subscribe, mostly share. Just share this everywhere and drop something in the comments. But Vinny Chopra is committed to building millionaires and helping millionaires get to financial freedom. Vinny, you got any statements that you want to give to somebody who's coming to the summit so they can better prepare their mindset to network with you?
Oh, you know what? See, the biggest thing is many times we go to a summit to get something back, right? But the thing is, you've got to bring yourself fully excited before the summit. You've got to be excited about your life, about the things that you are already accomplishing. And then the summit will give you a catalyst to take it to the next level. Because you can't just be totally unmotivated, let's say that, to come to the summit and say that we're going to restart, right? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, right? So that's what I would say, definitely. Please be ready and, put your things into play and everything, all that stuff. Hello, G.
So good, Vinny. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't bring your goal. Don't come to the summit to write your goals. Bring your goals. Don't come to the
Yes,
summit to build your team. Bring your team.
yes,
Cheers to your
exactly.
success. When you have a choice, always work with the best. We'll see you next week, Thursday, 9 a.m. PST, 12
9
p.m.
PST.
EST.
Thank you
Abundance
so much.
Thursdays.
See
Good
you.
seeing you,
Bye
Vinny.
bye,
Enjoy your
brother.
walk.